What's good, y'all? This your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac. Hey, man, get on up here, man. Kick your shoes off, pull you up one, and light you up one. You on the porch now. It's Pete McCorvey's Porch Talk. Let's do this. Yo, what's good, fam? This your country cousin, Pete McCorvey, a.k.a. Peter Mac. Welcome back to the porch, man. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I almost decided not to do this episode today because I had a very busy morning. I had to go get my oil changed for my car, which took way longer than what I thought it was going to be. And I'm kind of tired because I stayed up very late last night because I was watching a lot of movies and things like that and just relaxing. I didn't go to bed at like 3 in the morning, but then I remember it's the last day of the summer. You know, it's September 21st marks the official last day of summer, so I decided to kick it with y'all one last time before the summertime go out, because you know that's usually when people are usually on their porch in the summertime. People don't really come outside and be on their porch like during the winter and the fall and stuff like that. So before we go in there, and then I'm struggling to stay on the porch with me, like when it started getting cold, damn near freeze your ass. So I wanted to check in with y'all one last time before we all stay on the porch. Now we still gonna get on the porch now, cause I'm not. It's not like the season's ending or anything. Like, I'm still gonna keep rocking and rolling. I just know all of y'all are on the porch more frequently than normal, so I can really kick it with y'all. Like, it's like we really out there for the whole summertime. So you know, I decided to ring out the summer with y'all. You know, that song that come to mind, like I said in one episode, is that Feels Like Summer by Childish Gambino. It's going to be weird not being able to play that until next summer. I know, even though I'm probably going to sneak it in like I always sneak in. Summer Nights by Lil Rob. Summertime by Will Smith. Summer Madness by Kool and the Gang. And sometimes I also sneak in Kicking Back by Mala J, as well as Summer 2020 by her sister Janae Aiko. So we gonna get this last summer vibe down before we call it a wrap on summer of 2024. Now before we call it summer 2024, the Reaper unfortunately struck once again. The Reaper this time claimed the late great Tito Jackson of the Jackson 5, who is one of the older brothers of Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. Now, it was just like, what's going on? And it's like, boy, we had like legends drop left and right, like 3 old school legends. Now, know your twist, Rich Homie Quan was a legend in his own, but I'm talking about like the OGs, like people who was around when our parents, and for some of us, our grandparents was around. We had, like I said, we had Frank Beverly, James Earl Jones, and now Tito Jackson, who everybody's sitting, everybody's cracking jokes. They saying if it wasn't for Tito breaking Joe's guitar screen and getting his ass whooped, that we never would have had Michael Jackson as well as Janet Jackson, really Jackson 5. Now, you know that's a movie, so I don't know how true to life that really scenario really played out. But you know, there was in one of the Jackson's biographies saying that Tito used to play Joe's guitar, and then Joe saw how good he can play because he taught himself how to play the guitar, and then that's when he finally decided that, hey, my kids got to. I'm gonna want to believe the story that we saw in the Jackson American Dream, because it just makes for a more amusing story. But I will say this: we gotta make light of the situation about Tito. I noticed going back and watching that movie, The Jacksons, The American Dream, Tito snitched on a lot of people. So, you know, by the time he did get his ass whooped by Joe, I wasn't mad at it, because, like, first it was the shoe on the floor scene, and he just dimed Michael out at the drop of head, just dimed him out. Then after they became the Jackson 5, Marlon could get his steps down. He's off key and he keeps missing all the steps. I'm like, God damn, man, like you just dry snitching. Like, he just dry snitched on Marlon, caused Marlon to go outside, get that switch and get his ass torn up. So, you know, I didn't feel bad. Like, going back watch, I didn't feel bad for Tito getting whooped, but that's just a little joke. But R.I.P. to late great Tito Jackson. You gave my parents mainly, you gave them a lot of memories, and we know that you was the older brother, and your contribution to playing your father's guitar against his will, we never would have gotten the late great Michael Jackson. So may you rest in peace, and hopefully you and Michael are up there rejoicing and dancing. But for some reason, the quintessential song to me that I just see the Jackson 5 dancing to is "I Want You Back." And y'all know that little leg move, the little bring your leg in, kick your leg out, and all that. I just see Tito and Michael up there doing, "Oh baby, give me one more chance." Excuse me, I'm not Michael Jackson, so don't sit there and like, "Oh nigga, don't do that no more." I know I can't sing. I'm just just reminiscing and just having a good time. But like I said, R.I.P. to the now ancestor Tito Jackson. Fly high. Speaking of music, I had to play this album for the end of summer. I don't know what it is about me, but I always seem to find these great albums from wonderful artists like hella late. It's always Snoop Dogg for some reason, because I remember I found this song "Catch a Vibe" that came out in 2022. I found out about it like a year later in 2023, but he apparently released a summer album in summer of 2022. It's called Snoop Dogg's A Death Row Summer, and man, oh my goodness, it is like, it takes you back to the 60s and 70s because it has doo-wop on it, like some of the reminiscent of doo-wop. It has some stuff with October London, who everybody has called the next Marvin Gaye, because he sounds identical to Marvin Gaye. Matter of fact, his family is actually, Marvin Gaye's family is actually pissed at October London because his latest album is called The Rebirth of Marvin. And I'm going to be honest, if you didn't hear Snoop Dogg's intro on The Rebirth of Marvin, you would have sworn that you were listening to Marvin Gaye. You'd be like, damn, I ain't know Marvin. He has some soul on there. He got some hip hop because he got the East Siders, Big Trey D and all them on there. He got some reggae on there. He got some gospel, like I said, he got some doo-wop, got some soul. It is a quintessential summer album. It'll make us young heads think about somewhere in the early 2000s and 90s, make our, or maybe brothers, our older cousins or uncles or something, think about summers in the 80s, even make our mamas and our grandmothers and our granddaddies and our daddies think about summers in the 70s and the 60s. It was just like, or the summer ended. On to, we're going to talk about them, Florida State. So, wasn't even surprised. We all saw last week, Florida State got beat by Memphis, the Memphis Tigers. And it's nothing against the Memphis Tigers. Nothing against the Memphis Tigers at all. But I wasn't even shocked, because I had a feeling that they was gonna lose to Memphis, because they just, oh my, I don't know what to say, man. Florida State throw the whole season away, man. They just are pissing me off thoroughly this season. It's just like, so somebody had made a meme on social media. It says Florida State is petitioning to get the playoffs raised from 12 teams to like 112 teams. I started thinking like, Jim, bro, up the playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Just one game. Because now they play Cal Berkeley tonight, or also known as Cal or California tonight at Doak Campbell. I would not be watching that game. I'm probably gonna be just watching some movies and TV or something. I'm not even gonna do that to myself, because I'm kind of like reminiscent of, anybody ever seen the movie Blue Chips with Nick Nolte? I'm kind of like how Pete Bell said at the beginning, you keep playing like you're playing, we're gonna get our asses beat again tonight. I mean, because what I had to turn the game off, y'all, was this first quarter, and his first half of, I don't know, it was all just a screwed up, just pitiful Blur. I just don't even know what to think with Florida State football. It's just all of it's running together. So the quarterback had dropped back to make a pass, and he had the receiver coming on like a skinny post coming inside, skinny post inside. He just chucks it up because I guess all he saw was, oh shit, my receiver has the lead on a defender, and just threw it. Then got his ass clocked by the one lineman as soon as he threw it. But he didn't put enough velocity on it, and by the time the ball started to descend, it came right into one of the Memphis defensive backs' hands. And it was so bad of a throw. The commentator even said he was just sitting down there waiting underneath it like he was going to return a punt. It just was that bad. It's just getting worse and worse as the weeks go by. It's like every coach from Florida State since Bobby Bowden left, it's like Jimbo Fisher came in and won with Bobby Bowden's last batch of recruits when they won the national title in 2013. Then he left and went to Texas. I think I heard he got fired from Texas or something like that. Good. That serves right karma's a mother for what you did with us. Then Norvell came in. Mike Norvell came in. And he was doing decent with that, but it was like he had Jimbo's last little batch of recruits. Then when it's like, obviously this man just is terrible at recruiting. He can't recruit because he showed us that over the years, these last few seasons, like these last 2 seasons, I thought we were back because last season we went undefeated all the way up to that game where Georgia beat the dog shit out of us. And the season before that, we had a very good, decent run. I was proud of that season. But both years, I knew it was some fluke because we had beat LSU first game both times. And I was just thinking, oh, we back. FSU is back. You know, we can do the war chant again. The war chant actually means something. But all of that, it was just a fluke, man. I'm sitting here looking like Florida Evans on the episode of Good Times when James died, and it finally hit her that he's gone, damn. I just don't know what to say about this season. I just got a loss for words. Oh, and yet I'm also on football. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys, because, you know, when I did needed y'all to actually make the country proud, y'all let the country down, because y'all ended up letting the Saints tear off in y'all ass. I'm not going to say the score, because we all, y'all got social media. I can look it up because I'm still kind of pissed. Y'all let the Saints come up and just do what they do, and now I have to hear all that on my timeline. So let's get this straight. Let me get the record straight, because everybody like, I don't understand how you're from Saints country, a Saints nation, because I'm from Jackson County, Mississippi, which is an hour and a half east of New Orleans, Louisiana. Actually used to live in New Orleans for a little bit of time. Like, a lot of people don't know this, I actually started my public school education in New Orleans, Louisiana. Robert Lusher High School, Uptown, baby. Now, I don't have nothing against the Saints. This is my beef with the Saints. If you're from New Orleans, you rock with the Saints and all that. I get that. You're from New Orleans, you've been with them thick and thin. Just like I say with the Cowboys fans. Y'all been with them through thick and thin. Y'all reserve the right to scream. From Dallas, like I said, how about them Cowboys? You from New Orleans, who that? Y'all deserve that. Y'all from that. Y'all from the turf. Y'all were born and bred in. My thing with the Who Dat Nation. Who Dat Nation didn't stretch that far into 2009. And for those y'all don't know what's significant about 2009, that's the NFL season that they ended up winning the Super Bowl. 2009, 2010 season when they won that Super Bowl. You did not see who that and Saints paraphernalia and Go Saints, with G-E-A-U-X, like the French little spelling, that type of spelling of it. You didn't see that anywhere outside of like the immediate New Orleans area and like the surrounding areas. Now all of a sudden when the Saints start getting on the road, I think they got the 5-0. Now everybody named Mama in the Mississippi Gulf Coast, from the state line and like Waveland all the way over to my hometown, Moss Point, Mississippi, and Moss Point, Pascagoula, Mississippi, which is right on the state line for Alabama, and even Alabama fans, and even people in Mobile, Alabama, and all the way to far out to Pensacola. Now all of a sudden, all them Saints, none of y'all Negroes, because I want to say something else, but not just the black people, it's white people out there too. None of y'all was hollering who that like that. I knew a gang of y'all that were 49er fans. A lot of y'all was going with the Tennessee Titans because Steve McNair was playing for the Tennessee Titans. He's black, he's from Mississippi, so a lot of us were rolling with Tennessee Titans. A lot of y'all were Packer fans because Brett Favre is from like an hour away from where I'm from in Hancock County, Mississippi, right on the Gulf Coast. A lot of people were Packer fans on the strength of him, and then of course you had your Steelers fans and like your Niners and few Oakland Raider fans, because they just storied franchises. There was nobody on the Gulf Coast was not collectively screaming who that. I mean, my dad has had season tickets for over 20 years. I think he started going being a Saints fan because he had season tickets. I mean, this is an NFL team that's an hour and a half away. But even before then, I remember he was a Miami Dolphins fan. Because that's how I got introduced to the NFL, because he liked the Miami Dolphins. And that's why I really liked Dan Marino, was originally my first favorite player in the NFL. So it's like now all of a sudden, we Saints fan. And then like that's why my beef is with the Saints. So that's why I wanted Dallas to really beat them. It wasn't just because I don't like Saints. I just wanted them to shut them fair weather bandwagoner Saints fan up. And Dallas, y'all broke my heart, man. Y'all broke my heart. Y'all let America down, because y'all America's team. Y'all let America down. Y'all really did. But since we talking about actual places on the Gulf Coast, my college that I graduated from, I transferred there after I left Alcorn. I ended up getting my bachelor's degree from there, the University of South Alabama in Mobile, Alabama. Actually, they beat Appalachian State. And they beat them like, if I'm not mistaken, like 48 to, was it 14? Is it 48, 14, 48 to, yeah, it was 48 to like 14 and 48, 24. I know it was a 4 ended on there, but yeah, they beat them in convincing fashion. And that is speaking volumes, because Appalachian State, they got on the map in 07 when they beat Michigan. They knocked off Michigan in that open game of the season. They division, like, they're a FBS powerhouse. So to see that my alma mater beat that powerhouse school, and that means University of Alabama, they coming up. I mean, I remember I had transferred there the year they got the football program. Of course, it's first year, so it's gonna be growing pains. They're playing them like little teams that nobody wants to play to get their rhythm and everything. But they actually, that's a good look. So I'm hoping they keep the momentum rolling. You know what I'm saying? Let's go USA, Jaguars, South in your mouth. Let's do it. I'm proud of that. So big ups to University of South Alabama for beating Appalachian State. Yes, we in there, baby. I will say this. I'm talking about watching movies. So it's a movie that I watched on Tubi last night. It was a sequel to a movie I saw a month ago. And the two movies I'm talking about is called A Good Man. It was A Good Man, A Good Man Part 2. So I finally saw A Good Man Part 2 after a month. After seeing the first one. And man, let me tell you, people be careful who heart you play with, because you don't know who one heartbreak away from snapping. So I'm gonna tell you about these movies. I'm not gonna try to spoil them, because my thing is, I don't mean to spoil a movie. If I do, oh well, it's Tubi. You could have been watching on your own. You know, we need to stop this whole thing of people getting mad about movies being spoiled. Because I had a coworker of mine got mad because it was a movie we were talking about, and the movie been out for like a year. We talking about Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. And movie been out like a year going on 2 years. And I said something wasn't even a spoiler. It's like, now why are you gonna say something and you know I haven't seen it? I said, I didn't even give him no spoiler, but I haven't seen it. I said, okay, that's your fault. The movie been out for a year. We not finna, like, let me tell y'all something. We finna start putting a timestamp on when people can like get mad because they hadn't seen something. If it's like, I'm gonna say 3 months. It's 3 months to a year out, and you talking about I don't want to spoil. That's your ass, because you should have been saw. Like, I remember me and one of my friends in Augusta, my friend Marcus. We was talking about Atlanta when it was on the TV show Atlanta with Donald Glover, and his friend Cody. Me and him was talking. Said, "Hey man, y'all don't spoil it for me. I ain't got caught up." I said, "Well, what season you on?" I said, "Oh, I haven't even started yet." Now, the show was on season 2 at the time. I said, "Fool, that's your fault. We ain't finna not have a conversation about the show and you ain't even started." So, yeah, like, we finna put a time stamp, but you know, I digress. I'm sorry, I went off the rails a little bit. A Good Man, A Good Man and A Good Man Part 2. First of all, shout out to the brother who played the main character. The main character name was Ethan. Shout out to Kamal Smith. That man is a phenomenal actor. He brought his A-list with acting. Oh my God, like watching him like snap and go through like his mental turmoil and just become a sociopath. It was just like, damn. But it brought up a good point that I was seeing in there, and it's sad because it's like, wow, we should stress for citizens, mainly the men. I mean, even women, some women had this happen too, mainly men. Like, it makes you think, like, even as a brother, I can stress for all the success, have all this money, all this prestige, and, you know, clout and all that. And then some women is like, okay, that's cool, but that just, it's not what I want. I mean, you're a good man, but you're not what I want. They'll go back to what is, I'm not finna say, I was about to say aesthetically, I'm retired at work, because I'm one person think that's over the top. It's like what attracts them, what turns them on, what looks good to them. Now, in the first movie, I kind of realized, like, the woman he had married, she was trifling. She was very, very trifling, and she kind of played him to side for her boyfriend who had just got out of jail, but she was attracted to him, and it was like, damn. It was like, damn. That was just like, that was cold. It was like, you got this good man in front of you, but all that, and you gotta watch the movie, see what he did in that, but woo, he had me like, damn. Now, in the second movie, I felt bad for him because he actually found a woman who was, you know, rocking him, because obviously it didn't work out in the first one because the woman hooked it back up with her dude. Found a woman was rocking with him pretty and all that, but he couldn't get past his mental block, and that cost him his relationship. However, he did end up meeting another lady. Now, this woman showed, like, ladies, don't neglect what you already got just because somebody, just for money. Because, like, she was just, this woman, the second one, it seemed like she didn't even have no type. It just seemed like you could promise us some money and material goods. She was finna jump your bones, because No Diddy, I saw her husband that she had, and her husband was killing both of them dudes. Looks, shape wise, like no Diddy, her husband had it. I was just like, oh yeah, you just a woman who just jump on anybody who gonna show you just some type of attention and put money in your pocket. But y'all definitely need to watch those movies. Like, it makes me think twice about a woman seeing me being successful and all that, because I've actually had that happen in the past, like where a woman tries to see what I'm doing and think they're gonna play me. But here's the thing though, I'm a con artist. I know how to you know what I'm saying, I know how to roll. I'm a con artist, I'm a car salesman. I'm gonna sell you a dream while you think you getting over. I'll play the game till I get what I want. Then once I get what I want, now I'm finna go future mode. We finna walk on me. You hear me? And then like, well, you want all that, you lame and all that, but I still got the draws. And that's all I'm here for, baby. That's all I'm here for, baby. I'm like a Navy SEAL. I end up getting it before you know it's got. Like, wait a minute, how he did? Yep, I got it. And you know, I said, speaking of Diddy, we gonna talk about Diddy right now before I get up out of here. Man, them folks in the Fed did a sweep on Diddy, man. Like Future said, Fed did a sweep. These folks then found like 748 like, I think they said like dildos, vibrators at his house. I don't even want, I'm like Mario Wine, I don't want to know. I don't want to know they were for him or even if he was using on people. I don't, anyway. But the thing that got me about what they find, they said they found over 1,000 bottles of like lube and baby oil at that man's house. Like, first of all, how did you, it's so many questions about how much lube and alcohol. Boy, I don't even know where to start, because did it accumulate it over time, or can you buy it at Costco in that bulk? And if I'm his butler, his maid, or people who ever do shopping, I ain't rich, so I don't know who go do the shopping for them. Like, you didn't feel, I mean, how did they feel getting all this stuff? And it's just so many questions that's unanswered that I just got to know the answer to. And I don't even, it's like, I want to know the answer, but at the same time, I don't. It's like a car wreck. You see a car wreck, like, you don't want to look at it, but you can't take your eyes away from it. It's like, oh my God, that's terrible. Like, oh, look how it's flipping up. Oh, I can't see that. Oh, the wheel is in the, it's one of them, you gotta look what you want to turn, but you gotta look what you want to turn. It's one of them things. So much shit. Oh Lord, just, bless every party in there. Just, can't even, I don't even just. But this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. My whole thing with all the lube and baby oil in there, like, you can't get no kind of traction with that because it's slippery, and, you know, everything's going to be slipping and sliding. And on top of that, with all that slickness going on, how does something stay where it's supposed to go? Because, you know, with all that, it's going to be slipping out. And it's like, you know what? I'm done with it. We be done with this. Hey, man, look, I'm about to get off the porch, man. Like, I just had to come holler at y'all right quick before summer end. We going to be back at it fall. We going to kick it in the fall, you know. We not going to be on the porch unless you into that. But if it get too cold, we going to be like in the front room. You know, 'cause we got a little space heater. You know, we ain't turning our fireplace for y'all. We don't know y'all like that. And we ain't finna risk burn the house down for fireplace. We gonna turn a little space heater. We gonna all up around there. You know, y'all can bring your hot cocoa and your you know, your hen or your Jack Daniels. 'Cause, hey, look, let me tell y'all, that shit will heat up your chest for real. But y'all can find me on Facebook, y'all. My name, Pete McCorvey. Find me on Instagram, PDMac10, PETYMAC10, or find me on TikTok, PDMac89. PDMac spelled the same way, just place the 1 and 0 with the 8 and the 9. It's been cool kicking it y'all with the summer. We started back during the summer and we kicked it all the way through summer, not on to the fall. So like I always say, be cool, stay calm, and get paid. Peace.